Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar, and here's a brand new halacha for you. This is going to be a double halacha. It's going to be for Friday the 2nd of November and also for Sunday the 4th of November, and that's because I'm going to be traveling. We want you to listen to half the halacha on Friday, and then we'll do the other half. You'll listen to the other half on Sunday. Here goes. Let's do some laws today about the holiness of a shul or a beis hamedrash. Of course, a shul or a beis hamedrash is a very holy place. Hashem says, "Va'asu li mikdash." They shall make for me a mikdash v'shachanti b'socham, and I will rest in their midst. One of the things that we learn from this is that God rests in our midst, even inside of our hearts. After our temple is destroyed, we also know that Hashem considers our shuls and our beis hamedrash as our study halls of Torah. That's like our small beis hamikdash when our beis hamikdash is destroyed. Since that's the case, it's the place that we treat with the same holiness as the beis hamikdash. So here come a couple of laws that go along with that. First of all, you should never take a shortcut through a shul. If you want to go from point A to point B and the shortest line between them is right through a shul, that's considered improper. Using the shul grounds as your shortcut, not a right thing to do, so don't do that. If it ever happens that you do find yourself walking right through a shul from one side to another, and you don't want to be guilty of this law, you just are, for whatever reason, walking this way and it's looking like a shortcut, the proper thing to do is to stop for a moment. It's best if you just sit down for a moment and say a piece of Torah. It could even be a piece of a sentence out of Tehillim and say something like Ashrei Yoshev Eisecha, Od Yahalu Chasela, and then continue on. That'll be our law for Friday, the 2nd of November. Stop me right here if this is Friday. And if you want to hear the Sunday one, I'll pick it up right here for Sunday starting now. Here goes. So here's your Sunday's law. It goes like this. And what happens if you ever want to walk into a shul or a beis hamedrash to tell someone that he has a phone call? So to walk right into the shul, give the message and walk right out is also degrading the shul or the beis hamedrash a little bit, because you walked into a shul, didn't make use of the holiness of the shul, and you continued right on out, and that's not appropriate either. So the best thing to do in that situation is, again, to make use of the beis hamedrash in some way, and that is to just stop there, learn some Torah, something like that, etc. That would be the more proper way to go. It seems quite clear that this law about not taking a shortcut or not, embarrassing the place of davening would probably not apply to the outside lobby of the shul building. That's not the place where they daven. That's just what the architect did to put on a lobby onto the shul. So if you take a shortcut through the shul lobby, it seems quite simple, probably according to most, that you'd be able to walk right through there, and you would not be considered guilty of taking a shortcut through the holy spot. Needless to say, you might think this is just a musari shmooze, but it's a law. Idle conversation and joking around should not be done at all inside of a shul or a beis hamedrash. It's a hard thing to keep to, but that's the law. You have idle talk, something that's not holy at all, and you want to discuss, go outside of the shul to discuss it, certainly if it's davening, but even when it's not davening, it still belongs outside of the holy place. Thanks for logging on. We'll have a fresh law for you Sunday night, Mir Tashem, God willing, into Monday morning. That'll be for November 5th. Bye-bye.